Another TVZ.
This is not. I was gonna say this is your specialty. This ain't really my specialty. I play Protoss, but I also have been playing Zerg on the ladder, with some success actually. But I've had some struggles against Terrans actually though, because I'm like,
what builds do you open with TVZ?
Hatch first, man. Screw it. ZvT, hatch first. That's all, and it doesn't even matter. Don't even care. Works every time.
Works every time.
60% of the time, worked every time. Speaking of working, a fancy dance. I'm not actually sure how it goes though, but I believe it was performed around the 1960s to late 50s. The purple Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner, we have vFpLindyHop. And the top right-hand corner, famous for their video game awards, the blue Terran player, he is Spike.
Also famous for making movies.
Making movies?
Yeah, he's a director.
Oh, yes.
Spike Lee.
Yes, of course. Spike Lee. Also, the name of someone's dog in a cartoon, Spike. The Rugrats, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I remember watching
Spike?
Rugrats.
Heck yeah, Rugrats.
Nickelodeon.
Tommy Pickles, his brother Dill.
Yeah.
Like, what? Dill Pickles? Haha.
It's like they did it on purpose.
What? Conspiracy.
I know, man.
Conspiracy. Okay, so actually one thing I'm going to take note here is when scouting happens from vFpLindyHop.
14. If you're going to go for a hatch first, I always scout it on 14.
Okay. So
especially on like a 2-player map.
That has been mostly one of my problems, actually, as Zerg, is I just like, nah, Overlord will get somewhere near there eventually.
It'll get there eventually. As soon as they kill it with the Marines running around the map, then I know he's got his barracks done.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I'll just scout after my pool. I'll send the drone in later. So I'm definitely going to take note of that for the future of my ladder play, which helps. I mean, you need that drone scout to spot, 1, the gas, 2, if the first Brax is potentially proxied anywhere. And if there's no gas, then you start getting a little bit worried and play a little bit more defensive. But with this gas, vFpLindyHop's going to be dancing around in his happy shoes, I'd say. Well, a little bit happier, feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, you always have this little warm feeling inside once you scout your opponent. You're like, all right, this is what's going on. You know, take a deep breath, like, I know what I need to do.
Yeah, he's like,
and gas steal is what he knows what he wants to do.
Do you like the gas steal?
I mean, what he's gonna do is just build it and then cancel it and build it and cancel it just to get scouting information. And if he sees like a factory or anything like that, he can just leave it there on the second build through. So, yeah, yep, I like this play. I've done this before.
It delays. I mean, if he decides to open into, let's say, Cloak Banshee, that's going to delay that.
Yeah, it limits their options.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to feel a little bit safer. I actually like this as well. It's a nice play. Reactor Hellion, probably into expansion, so he probably doesn't need that second gas if he wasn't intending to open with Cloak Banshee after Hellion, but it's nice to just be certain of the fact as Zerg, especially. You may see just 1 Spine Crawler, potentially 2 here, guarding off this wall.
Another great thing about it is if they decide to only make 2
Marines...
He's
going for it!
He's going
Got
for
it!
No! He's going to get blocked off. But, yeah, he did see it. But another thing that matters here, if you force them to make 3 Marines, it delays the reactor.
Ooh.
Because 2 Marines can't kill an extractor fast enough to kill it.
Yeah.
So you either like, okay, you're either going to have to let me keep this here the whole time and delay your gas, or you're going to slow down your reactor Hellions anyway because you're forced to make another Marine before you start making that reactor on that barracks.
Very good point. Very, very good point. Probably underlooked.
So,
oh, man. Double reactor Hellion?
Double react? Yeah, it seems like it in a command center, but I like these roaches coming out of the hip hop. Or I was gonna say
hip hop.
I said hip hop.
Yo, I like these roaches, man. Yo,
yo.
Nah, these roaches, they got gold hanging off the necks. They're so hip and hopping. You kidding me, man? This is gonna be crazy. Ow!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good.
Speed? Roaches, 6 roaches. He's gonna apply some pressure. He doesn't have a barrack, or sorry, a bunker anywhere built. He's gonna go just a lot of Hellions. And the one thing Spike can do here is, you know, just keep the Hellions like outside of LindyHop's base, and as soon as he sees them push out, run in there, kill some drones, and just try to defend that ramp with everything you can. You know, throw bunkers up, everything, leave the command center in your base, and just do a trade here. I think that's a smarter decision to do. As soon as you see these roaches, just leave and then be like, all right, you can sit in your base with them, but the second you leave, I'm gonna make you pay for it.
Yeah, yeah, and notice he didn't bring down all his roaches. He didn't want to see, oh, I have 7 roaches, because that number would throw you off. Just 3, though. He knows that he scouted the reactor Hellion. So, I mean, early roaches, that's fine, right? You know, okay, you went early roaches. That's Spike is probably thinking, well, that's just a reaction to me. But in fact, 24 Zerglings on the way. These roaches are going to be used to break down this front wall in. No doubt he will not be able to secure that natural expansion here.
Yeah, and that bunker is in a terrible spot for this incoming attack. It needs to be on the high ground. It's going to be on the low ground. It's going to die so fast. Zergling's going to show up. The Hellion's going to say hello to him with the flamethrower in their face. Takes out quite a few Zerglings, though. I like that play there from Spike, but I don't like that play. Running those Hellions straight through those roaches. Loses one. Marines come down to the bottom. There's a couple of Zerglings get picked off there, but the roaches are showing up, and the tank pops up there at the top of the hill. Yeah,
not bad whatsoever, actually, by having those Hellions take out those early Zerglings. Look at the Marines were able to get into that bunker initially, but the bunker will, in fact, fall, even though the repairs from the SCVs were coming down here. And now, with only roaches left right now, Spike actually might be able to hold this. We do have more Zerglings on the way. He has to be very, very careful, though. Losing those Hellions is going to make his roaches even... Well, losing those Hellions actually makes those Zerglings that more deadly. Oh no, Supply Depot Wall does not get up here. SCV is desperately trying to repair. It looks like the tank now. The tank will fall to a handful of roaches, and now as the last Hellion falls, GG is called from Spike.
Yeah, that's 2 games in a row where the Terran player wants to do a little bit of a greedy play, expand, and tech up to mech, and the Zerg player's like, not my house. Gonna go with the Roachling push and make you pay for it, and it makes it look easy.
Just punch it right in the throat, basically, with that roach attack there. You going Hellions? Ugh! No, thank you!
Die!
I will not have fries with my combo meal.
Do not supersize it. I didn't ask for it.
All right, we're gonna head to a quick commercial break. We're gonna have Fiery versus LindyHop here. It's gonna be one fiery dance coming up after these commercial break. These commercial break. That's good.
Hey, as long as you're in more than one of them.
This is true. What league of Playhem?
I'm
not sure what that question means.
Maybe what league they are? Let's check. Let's check.
Oh, what these guys are, yeah.
I guess. Okay, we got a Grandmasters from... I don't even know how to say the name. Fury?
Yeah.
Fiery?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I remember this guy. We couldn't pronounce his name very well. What is F-Tact? It's Final Tactics, I think the name is of the... Something like that. Final Tactics. This is an all-league tournament. Yeah, this is an open Playhem Daily Open.
Yes.
So anyone, if you are bronze and you're like, I can take on MVP Tails, bring him on. He's got nothing on me. I'm great in my Zerg versus Protoss matchup. I crush all the people I face on ladder. Go right ahead, enter, sign up on playhem.com, sign up your own email, get your tournament rolling, and you can participate and possibly win money by playing StarCraft? What?
That is possible. We have the technology.
Oh. We have the technology. It is there. All right.
Zerg versus Protoss. This is going to be a tough game for LindyHop. A Diamond versus a Grandmaster
this is going to be. We're gonna see a lot of little things that Fiery will be shown in his play that something like LindyHop may not do. Obviously, this is not a mirror matchup, so it's not going to be quite the same. And one of the fastest loads that I've ever seen, actually, in a game of StarCraft. That was
pretty good.
Wow.
I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it.
Oh my goodness. All right, take it away, good sir.
Down here in the bottom right side of the map, from clan F-Tac, the Grandmasters Protoss player, Fiery. Woo! Woo! And at the top left, LindyHop, the winner of last game with that Zergling Roach push, took out the Terran player. Will he have what it takes to take out this Protoss player? We're going to find out.
Now, I have a question for you.
Ask away.
So, LindyHop actually providing some insight here to the map, just based on 3 bases here that Protoss are able to secure 3 bases relatively easily with leading up to the ramps of the 3rd. But the question I wanted to ask you was, we saw LindyHop all-inning there on that last map, that 2-player map, Core Hall Compound. Now, he knows that Fiery is Grandmasters, as he is revealed in chat. Do you think he will go for a similar Roche all-in this game?
I would if I was LindyHop.
Yeah.
You know, the shorter the games favor, or actually I should say less favor the more experienced player usually.
Indeed.
It kind of reduces the number of mistakes that your opponent can make without losing. So statistically speaking, I think that's a safer move to do for a less experienced player versus an experienced player. But as far as map goes, I personally don't like this map of Zerg.
Yeah.
I just don't really like it that much. But as a Protoss player, I think it's a pretty good map.
I mean, as a Protoss player, I'm like, yeah, give me this map all day on the ladder. I'll take 3 bases anytime and just defend with like a handful of sentries. What you gonna do? You have to take up to Broodlords until you get at me, basically, from that point. But looks like LindyHop, pardon me, has opened up with a Speedling expansion here. Not going for a gasless expansion instead. Electing for the speed fast.
Safe?
Yes, very safe.
The drone is going to scout out the expansion. It's going to see the Forge fast expand gateway before cannon. Safe enough move to do once you scout out your opponent. Doesn't even see any Zerglings being made yet. Wait, where are they at? Yeah, he hasn't even made any Zerglings yet. He's was watching that hatchery with the probe, so he was aware of any mass Zerglings being made. So he wasn't, he wasn't like, oh my god, he just turned 3 larvae into whatever. I need to throw up a cannon. So smart move from there, delaying that cannon as much as possible to get the other buildings up just a little bit quicker. And I like the wall here from Fury. Some Protoss players decide to do a wall across the whole front of the base, like you see the bigger entrance, as opposed to just cutting off the natural and the ramp. You don't need to wall off that other section that goes to the destructible rocks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nothing to be worried about this point in time in the game. Now, LindyHop still mining gas. There is the Roach Warren.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Not sure what that drone is doing. There we go. It was actually a rally to kill that probe and then turn around.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. He's the ninja drone. He's like, I didn't get the kill, but I sure as heck helped.
I like this is a great sign of a good Protoss player. Coming in there with the second probe scout. Beautiful. He's going to get in there and scout out that. Look, he's already clicking right next to that Roach Warren. He's like, I know what I need to look for. And boom, he sees us like, all right. He's got a big smile on his face. He's going to throw up like 2 or 3 cannons. He's going to be thinking, this is going to be easy win.
This is exactly.
That's what I'd be thinking.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd be like, all right, yeah, you're all inning. This is what I was saying about earlier, the little things that we see from Fiery. He knows that, okay, well, if my opponent's going to all-in me, he'll probably throw Roach Warren down around this time. I'll be able to send in a probe, hopefully, and get it in there. Having that second probe out on the map, so key. LindyHop feeling a little bit too secure. Then he's like, okay, killed the 1 probe. Now I don't have to worry about scouting so much now. That second cannon finishing up now. And it looks like Fiery is going to be in a very good position, also throwing down the Stargate for extra insurance.
Yeah, I like the idea of making sentries here instead of stalkers. Right now, you just want to buy time with the sentries and the force field so that way your cannons can deal all the damage. Making a stalker really isn't the smart move. Once you scout out a Zergling Roach all incoming, you want to go for the sentries, and he's going for the sentries here. So if he can hold this off, he's going to have a Void Ray, and his opponent's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, trouble with a capital T and a double R, because it's just trouble, and it could turn into actually terrible here for LindyHop. Looks like LindyHop may have actually tripped and fallen, stubbed his toe, perhaps, let's say, with his build order choice. I mean, we saw it. He does favor Roaches here, obviously. Roach all in, and I don't blame him. Going up a Grandmasters player, that is intimidating as heck, man. Don't blame LindyHop whatsoever here, but Fiery being Grandmasters, he's probably prepared against this many a time.
And he's going to have enough for, what is that, 3 force fields. And as long as he keeps those Zerglings out, he won't have enough to kill those photon cannons off.
Yeah, and the Zergling decimation has been completed by Fiery. And now all that is left are roaches. More Zerglings pouring in here, but LindyHop realizes it's time to bounce out and take a seat from the dance floor and call GG to his Grandmaster's opponent. So, after again that